This is TWiT.
DJI sues the DOJ.
The DOD.
Chinese, the what?
The DOD, not the DOJ. They're suing the Defense Department.
Oh, you're right. The Department of Defense. Sorry.
Yes.
So DJI, the Chinese manufacturer of what are arguably the best small consumer drones.
Yeah, I have several.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
Has sued the United States Department of Defense over the DOD's listing of them as agents of the Chinese military. Reuters news service carried the news, which contained some interesting details. They wrote, Washington, October 18th, Reuters. China-based DJI sued the U.S. Defense Department on Friday for adding the drone maker to a list of companies allegedly working with Beijing's military, saying the designation is wrong. That is, DJI is saying the designation is wrong and has caused the company significant financial harm. Yeah, no kidding. DJI, writes Reuters, the world's largest drone manufacturer that sells more than half of all U.S. commercial drones, asked a U.S. district judge in Washington to order its removal from the Pentagon list, designating it as a Chinese military company, unquote, saying it, quote, is neither owned nor controlled by the Chinese military, unquote. Being placed on the list, they write, represents a warning to U.S. entities and companies about the national security risks of conducting business with them. DJI's lawsuit says because of the Defense Department's, quote, unlawful and misguided decision, unquote, it has, quote, lost business deals, been stigmatized as a national security threat, and been banned from contracting with multiple federal government agencies. Yeah, that would happen, unquote. The company added, U.S. and international customers have terminated existing contracts with DJI and refused to enter into new ones. DJI said on Friday it filed the lawsuit after the Defense Department did not engage with the company over the designation for more than 16 months, saying, quote, it had no alternative other than to seek relief in federal court. Amid strained ties between the world's two biggest economies, the updated list is one of numerous actions Washington has taken in recent years to highlight and restrict Chinese companies that it says may strengthen Beijing's military. Many Chinese firms are on the list, including aviation company AVIC, memory chip maker YMTC, China Mobile, and energy company CNOOC. DJI is facing growing pressure in the United States. Earlier last week, DJI told Reuters that Customs and Border Protection is stopping imports of some DJI drones from entering the United States, citing the Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act. DJI said no forced labor is involved at any stage of its manufacturing. U.S. lawmakers have repeatedly raised concerns that DJI drones pose data transmission, surveillance, and national security risks, something the company rejects. And finally, last month, the U.S. House voted to bar new drones from DJI from operating in the U.S. The bill awaits U.S. Senate action. The Commerce Department said last month it is seeking comments on whether to impose restrictions on Chinese drones that would effectively ban them in the U.S., similar to proposed Chinese vehicle restrictions. Okay, so we've talked about this previously, so this is not surprising. And this is one of those situations, I think, where it's entirely possible to see the logic being applied by each side of this argument. It cannot be argued that nothing could ever make a more perfect spying device than a camera-equipped flying drone. You know, they are by definition flying cameras, and DJIs are among the best. We previously talked about how DJI drones are being actively used within military bases in the U.S. and even on secret military bases. and DJI drones receive software updates. So it's theoretically possible for the Chinese government to order DJI, a Chinese manufacturer, to alter their firmware so as to turn their drones into active spying cameras. And whether or not it's fair, theoreticals are what keep our military planners and our generals up at night. The only way I can see for this to work would be for DJI to essentially create a wholly separate U.S. version of DJI as an independent U.S.-based division.
Hey, it's Leo Laporte. I hope you've enjoyed this little snippet from Security Now. If you want the whole show, you can get it at our website, twit.tv/SN. Of course, you can subscribe to Security Now on your favorite podcast, or just click one of the links below.